Privatisation of the NHS, a comparative analysis of arguments for and against. Part 3 of my series on the subject of privatising the NHS. Reading time. Introduction. The National Health Service, NHS, in the United Kingdom has been a cornerstone of the country's healthcare system, providing accessible and comprehensive care to all citizens. However, the debate surrounding the privatisation of the NHS has been a contentious and complex issue. This essay aims to provide a comparative analysis of the main arguments for and against the privatisation of the NHS, highlighting the diverse perspectives and implications associated with this topic. Arguments for privatisation. Increased efficiency and cost-effectiveness. Proponents argue that introducing elements of privatisation can lead to greater efficiency and cost-effectiveness in healthcare delivery. Private companies may bring innovation, competition, and profit-driven strategies that enhance productivity and reduce wasteful spending. Advocates contend that market forces can incentivize providers to deliver higher quality services at lower costs, ultimately benefiting patients and the healthcare system as a whole. Access to greater resources and expertise. Privatisation can potentially attract investment from private entities, resulting in access to greater financial resources and specialized expertise. Private providers may bring in new technologies, infrastructure, and management strategies that enhance the quality and range of healthcare services. Supporters argue that partnering with private companies can leverage their expertise and resources to improve patient outcomes and expand healthcare capacity. Flexibility and innovation. Privatisation proponents assert that private entities often operate with more flexibility and adaptability compared to government-run healthcare systems. Private providers can respond more rapidly to changing healthcare needs and market demands, introducing innovative practices, and driving improvements in service delivery. The ability to adapt quickly can lead to better patient experiences and outcomes, as well as the development of groundbreaking medical treatments and technologies. Focus on customer satisfaction. Privatisation advocates argue that introducing competition and customer choice can incentivize providers to prioritize patient satisfaction. By allowing patients to choose between various private healthcare providers, the argument suggests that providers will be motivated to offer higher quality services, shorter waiting times, and improved patient experiences. The emphasis on customer satisfaction may lead to a more patient-centered approach in healthcare delivery. Arguments against privatisation. Threat to universal access and equity. Opponents argue that privatisation can undermine the principle of universal access to healthcare, particularly for vulnerable and marginalised populations. Privatisation may lead to a two-tier system, where those who can afford it receive better and faster care, while others are left with limited access to essential services. This raises concerns about exacerbating existing health inequalities and prioritizing profit over equitable healthcare provision. Profit-driven care and potential service erosion. Critics contend that introducing privatization may prioritize financial gain over patient care. Private companies operating for profit may cut costs, reduce staffing levels, or cherry-pick services that are most financially lucrative, potentially leading to a decline in the overall quality and accessibility of healthcare services. The fear is that privatization could erode the ethos of healthcare as a public service and compromise the provision of comprehensive care to all citizens. Loss of public accountability and transparency. Opponents of privatization raise concerns about the potential loss of public accountability in healthcare provision. Private companies are primarily accountable to their shareholders, potentially leading to decisions driven by profit motives rather than the best interests of patients. Critics argue that privatization may result in a lack of transparency, making it difficult to scrutinize the allocation of resources, treatment protocols, and quality of care provided by private entities. Fragmentation and coordination challenges. Privatization can lead to fragmentation within the healthcare system, with multiple providers competing for contracts and services. This can result in challenges related to coordination, information sharing, and continuity of care. The lack of a centralized system may hinder effective collaboration between healthcare providers, potentially leading to fragmented treatment plans, duplication of services, and compromised patient safety. Conclusion. The debate surrounding the privatization of the NHS is multifaceted, with strong arguments presented on both sides. Proponents argue that privatization can improve efficiency, access to resources, flexibility, and innovation in healthcare delivery. They emphasize the potential benefits of market competition and private investment. However, opponents express concerns about the threat to universal access, equity, and the erosion of the NHS's core values. They argue that privatization may prioritize profit motives over patient care and reduce public accountability and transparency. In weighing these arguments, it is crucial to strike a balance that ensures accessible, equitable, and high-quality healthcare for all citizens. While some elements of privatization, such as innovation and cost-effectiveness, may hold potential benefits, safeguards must be in place to protect against the risks of privatization. The preservation of universal access, public accountability, and the NHS's core values should remain paramount considerations. Ultimately, any decision regarding the privatization of the NHS should carefully assess the potential impact on healthcare provision, patient outcomes, and the overall well-being of the population. A comprehensive analysis of the short-term and long-term consequences, accompanied by robust regulation and accountability measures, is crucial to ensure that any changes to the healthcare system align with the principle of providing equitable and quality care to all citizens.